Hello world, Steve Landau here from Embrace Tucson, Embrace Your Inner Athlete. Today we are so fortunate to have Ann Stancil, owner of both Fleet Feet locations here in the Old Pueblo. Ann is an avid runner and triathlete. She's part of the Fleet Feet team for over 15 years, now obviously owning her own stores. And Fleet Feet, if you didn't know this or not, was named one of the best running stores in America for the 9th year in a row. She's a huge supporter of our community endurance events and has been an Everyone Runs supporter for over 14 years now, which we totally appreciate. And so good to have you here today.
I know. Thank you. It's great to be here.
Thank you. And I'm here with my co-host, Julie Stark from On Your Left, Timing and Fitness. Julie, take it away.
Hi, Ann. It's so good to see you.
You too.
So Steve hit on it. We're in this new abnormal world, and we're interested to hear, how this has affected you from a business standpoint and as well as on a personal level with this new abnormal.
Sure. Well, first of all, from a business standpoint, I mean, obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's been really challenging. I think for me, the most difficult has been, making decisions so that I'm taking care of my business, but also taking care of the staff and community. So trying to figure out, how do we still run business operations and, reduce exposure to COVID. So, as the different regulations and things, came down the pipe, I mean, we were, weighing, exposure risk and, how are we still going to be able to do this? So we kind of hit on a formula that's working pretty well. I think, all things considered, we are taking appointments for people to come into the store because it's just really challenging to shop purely over the phone. And so if people really want to still be able to come in, we're only allowing, really one guest at a time and, taking precautions and, doing cleaning and things after they leave, doing a lot of phone transactions as well. Folks that we have in our database calling saying they want to just get what they've had before, which has been great. And, we're fortunate as a part of the Fleet Feet franchise that we do have an e-commerce platform. And so we've been taking a lot of orders, online orders. So that's been fortunate for us as well. But yes, I think it's really just the, trying to juggle all of that and, make the right decisions. Because the truth is that I can't just close the doors. I mean, that's just not possible. I mean, our business won't survive if we do that. So we have to kind of figure that out. I would say personally, I think just the stress of it has been challenging. I have noticed that I'm a lot more, I'm really tired. Right now two of my managers and I are really the ones staffing the stores. So there's generally one of us here by ourselves every day. And that's really tiring. I mean, trying to juggle phone calls and fulfilling orders and, I'm on my feet all day, which is actually a little bit different than what my normal routine would be. So it's been pretty tiring, but it's, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What are you doing? And we wish you the very best with all that. I know it's got to be very stressful this time.
Thank you.
I noticed you're doing some things for the community itself and for our medical community. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so we were really fortunate to be able to partner with one of our vendors, Hoka, which is, they make, great shoes and, they've been one of our top sellers for a while. And I was chatting with our sales rep about a week ago or so, and we were talking about ways that we can help with the community, help us move some inventory a little bit. And so we came up with the Hokas for Heroes shoe gifting program. And so what we're doing with that is we open nominations to the community for people who are working on the front lines, be that at a hospital, medical office. We've been getting some great nominations from folks who work at Costco and Safeway and, people who are definitely working hard. So, the rest of us can have food and supplies. So I'm going through and we're choosing as many of these these folks as we can to actually give a pair of Hoka shoes to. Folks, our customers have been generous because we actually are also providing shoes based on Hoka sales. And if folks are getting $100 gift cards from us, we're also going to do donations as well. So just want to try to give people comfortable shoes. I mean, it's really incredible the amount of time that if you're a nurse in the emergency room and people are walking an average of 7 to 8 miles on one shift, and some of them are having some really painful issues as a result of bad shoes. So so we just want to keep them healthy and able to do what they're doing, and say thank you for taking care of all of us in the community. So
Thank you.
it's been fun. Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. Sign me up for a gift card.
Yes, I got your. I need to email you back. Sorry. Yes, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a bright spot, I have to say. Yeah, I've met with 3 individuals, and we've actually there's 5 people so far that a couple people I have to meet with, but it's just been a lot of fun, and chatting with them about what they're doing, and learning a little bit more about the situation here in Tucson has been enlightening for me. So it's it's been great. It's been a real highlight of all of this. So.
Well, talking about, all of them being on their feet and how much they're walking, I was going to ask you, are you wearing a Garmin and getting your step count? I've been doing the miles too. I mean, if you're the one handling the store, you've got to be putting in the miles.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do wear my my Garmin pretty much every day, and I am, depending on the day, because we have shortened our hours a bit. That's another thing that we did decide to do. So we're open from noon to 5. But I would say, depending on the activity level, I mean, I'm usually at least 2 or 3, during the day. It's funny. We have a treadmill in our store, and I'm really bad at just sitting around. I do not like to sit, and so. In between customers, or if I have, something, I'll just jump on our treadmill and actually try to get a little bit more walking in. Yeah, just to kind of break up the day a little bit. But it's it's definitely, I have to say, I forgot a little bit from when I was, when I was managing the stores, and I was, here all, working the sales floor, 5 days a week. I forgot how tiring it is. So, I have to say props to my staff for doing it, because I'm not always the one that's here every day. So got a little reminder of that. And but it's been good. It's I of course wouldn't have it any other way. I have to be here. So.
What do you see changing after this is all paused for a while, hopefully gone forever? But what do you see business changing? Do you see life changing in general, and how people are going to behave?
Yeah, I think, for us, I think we're going to probably see more virtual interaction, more potentially online transactions. One of the things that we are doing as well that's been an interesting, I wouldn't say experiment, because it is working, pretty well. But we were, so we had always planned to have our Beat the Heat summer training program start on April 7th. And, so we got together and we're thinking, what are we going to do? We can't meet as a group, but we certainly want to offer that to people in the community. And so we decided to go ahead with it and offer a virtual experience, at least until, we can start meeting together again. And it's been really cool. We meet on Zoom once a week on Tuesday evenings, when we would normally get together for our speed workout sessions. And I think we have about 25, 30 folks who are joining us, and that's been a lot of fun. And it's something that I think we can continue to offer, even when we're able to meet in person. But I think about folks who might have moved away from Tucson, or they live in a community where they don't have access to training programs, people that might be deployed in the military, and so they're overseas, having them be able to join our program virtually, I think would be a great thing. And so now that we have a little sense of how to do it a little bit more easily, I think that's something we can incorporate for sure going forward. And, other than that, I don't know. I mean, I hope that we are able to return to being able to be together. I mean, I think that's the thing that's just been the hardest for me. I know for most of us, just not being able to see people, run with people. And it's running is such a huge, it's interesting because it's a solitary sport. You do it by yourself, but there's such a huge community aspect to it, where you're training together. I mean, not having races, I mean, that's just been so hard to miss out on all that. So it is this interesting sport where we do it by ourselves, but we do it together. So
I
so
agree. I mean, I had my running group and I'd meet on Tuesdays and Fridays and we'd easily have 20 and 30 people that would show up. Now we wouldn't all run together, but you got to see them. And then afterwards you'd have coffee. We've lost that total connection. And I feel such a profound loss. And from a store perspective, I'm sure it's, twofold from what I have.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel fortunate that I do get to come into work every day. I do get some interaction. I mean, it's been nice, seeing some of our seeing our regular customers, being able to talk to them face to face. Obviously, we are practicing distancing, but it has been really nice. I feel like I've been able to maintain a bit of normalcy through that, and people are just thankful that we're still operating, and they're out being active and wanting to maintain their activity. So shoes and gear, it's important. So we're happy to continue to provide it. I'm just really hopeful that we're going to be able to move past some of this. But I think to a certain extent we might not ever return to complete normalcy, in terms of how we go about our lives. I mean, I'm hopeful that maybe people will start to think about certain health issues a little bit more. From what I've learned, it is really, this virus is very dangerous for diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, those types of conditions, which, I mean, frankly, exercise is really beneficial for. So, hopefully maybe we'll come out of this and folks will realize that, we do need to focus on our health and wellness, and that there are some risk factors that you can really mitigate by your lifestyle choices. So, so maybe we'll be healthier as a result of this.
Well, maybe what we see on the river trails and on the, when people out at Sabino Canyon and Catalina State Park and things like that, with the glut of people out there, maybe that's an indication that people are really taking this seriously.
I hope so. I really do. Because it can be, I think about, all of the folks that are at higher risk, and there's things that people can do to help with those conditions. So hopefully we'll do that.
Well, in closing, I want to say thank you to you for being here with us.
Of course.
I want to encourage everyone who's listening today and all the time to support your local running shop, Fleet Feet.
Thank you.
Fleet Feet has been around for a long time, and they support so many worthwhile causes and events in Tucson. If you're going to shop online with Fleet Feet. Looking for bargains online is not a good idea. We have to support our own. So I say it all the time: shop local, stay local, embrace local. And thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, thank you guys. I mean, one of the pleasures of being an owner of a running store is getting to network and have great relationships with other runners and people who make a living off of running and walking and triathlon and everything. So I appreciate what you guys do for the community. It's always a joy to be able to support your organizations and businesses and races. And we just got to keep working together and keeping people active and motivated. And I think it's going to be okay. We just just got to get through this. But we'll be back to the race course soon. I think so.
We will survive.
We will. Definitely.
Well, we hope to see you in person. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. This was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Okay.